Good morning. Here we are at uh Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Um uh Counting down to the end of the month. One more day. Um End of the year. One more day after this. So that's pretty exciting. Um so we went shopping yesterday and went to a couple places that we don't normally go. I'm trying to think what the name of it was. It was a supermarket up in Glen Mills. Oh, Whole Foods. I've never been there before. I don't know if you have. Um, I've certainly heard about it, and I sort of think I have been to one, maybe not out of state, um, maybe in Maryland a long time ago. But I've never been to this one, and I don't didn't really remember much about it. It was pretty nice. My husband got it in his head, got a bee in his bonnet that he wanted caviar for New Year's Eve. I mean, I don't know why. I don't like caviar. It's kind of yucky. But and I don't really think my husband does either. In fact, I'm not even sure he's ever had it. It may be that he's has some idea about what it is, and he may be unpleasantly surprised, or maybe pleasantly surprised. You never know. Um, so yeah, that's what we got there. Um, but it is quite a lot of stuff, quite a different variety of things, a lot of specialty foods. They had fresh pasta, like someone making fresh pasta in the deli, which was pretty fun to see. Um, so yeah, if you have never been there, it's in Glen Eagle Shopping Center up in Glen Mills. Pretty cool. Um, it's been there for years and years. So I mean, you've probably all been there, and I've never have. uh, and then we went to this Total Wine. Oh my God, supermarket, like literally a supermarket um, up in Claymont. I've never seen such a thing, and it was there was police there directing traffic because it was so packed with people trying to get in there. Um, the funny thing is, there didn't seem to be that many people in the store, although there were a lot of people. There were a lot of cars there. Maybe just it was so big, it was hard to tell. Um, but we needed champagne for New Year's Eve, so we went there, and my husband's off this week, and so um, there's a lot of times he says, "Hey, we should go to this place," and I say, "Well, we have to go during the week because it's too crowded on the weekends," and that's kind of the truth of it. If you work during the week, which most people do, then of course the weekends is when things are packed with people trying to get their errands done. So when he has a week off and we don't have anything else we're doing, we go to the restaurant supply store and uh, the crazy liquor supermarket. And some years we go to IKEA. I don't think we're going to do that this year, but yeah, it's always sort of a fun thing. Um, so yeah, if you uh, are interested in obscure and strange types of liquor, that is the place for you. Um, they had an entire, like, picture your supermarket and an entire aisle. Um, the whole thing was tequila. They had so much tequila, more than maybe some other things. But yeah, I don't know. I guess people like tequila. I'm not a big fan, but Um, I don't drink that much anyway. So, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the volume and energy with which people go at this uh, production, the colors and the bottles and the packaging, and it's all pretty amazing. The other mission that Dave wanted to find there was chartreuse, which is a kind of a weird herbal liqueur. But we found an article about how it's made by monks in France, and apparently still made by monks in France. So I don't know. Another thing that he had to try. It it doesn't taste very good. I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with it, but it tastes like something that is medicine, right? It has 132 herbs in it or something, and it tastes very medicine-y. I wouldn't recommend it, but I love the idea that you're supporting a monastic venture, right? Good morning, Susan. Um, I've always been very interested in that idea of because that's a very yogic idea, right? That this idea of spiritual pursuit, but spiritual pursuit supported by um, uh, financial security, right? So yoga doesn't say run off and go find yourself. Yoga says make sure that you are financially stable, that you are uh, able to survive and take care of yourself, and then do get on that spiritual path. It's very practical, right? And this is sort of what has happened with a lot of these monastic orders, that um, they do have support from their organization, but they also need to have a work, a pursuit that is supportive of their work as well. Um, and I think that's so important. The idea that work as a meditation or as a tool to get us to that next place. And it's very clear, right? We all love, I mean, we would love the idea of not having to work, right? We say we would love the idea of not having to work, right? And everyone says, like, oh, being retired, it's great. I can't wait till I retire. And yeah, I mean, there is something to be said for that, right? But again, retirement is um, counter to a lifetime of work, right? If you're 18 years old and you decide to retire, um, you're not really you're not really getting the benefit of retirement, right? The benefit of retirement is the change from that daily work. And honestly, most people that I know who are retired end up as busy, if not more so, than they were when they were working. Um, there are many other things to do. It doesn't have to be necessarily paid work. It doesn't have to be necessarily something that you do 40 hours a week or more. Um, but this idea of meaningful pursuit is integral, I think, to us as a human being. Um, if we don't feel that we are doing something of value, it's diminishing. We feel adrift, right? Everyone likes to have something that they are doing that makes a difference. We all may have different ideas of what that is, and it doesn't have to all be the same, right? Um, find what's interesting to you. Find what um, really makes a difference to you. A lot of these uh, monastic orders do things that are very creative. um, somewhat, solitary. Um, there are some that, they produce a lot of things, make a lot of um, food and drink. There's one in the Midwest that I've heard about that train dogs. That's what they do. They raise and train, um, I think, German Shepherds, uh, which seems like a really great, sort of solitary pursuit, um, and something very suited for people, the people who are sort of working on their spiritual path, right? Pardon me, right? Because training a dog, pardon me, is also a very uh, it's like it's very testing, right? You'll have a lot of moments where you are tested by that dog and by your own um, tolerance, right? Your own level of your impatience, your ability to listen and to notice, all of these things that we are trying to develop and work on as we go on a spiritual path. Um, that children and animals will really shake you up on that. Um, they don't play by the rules that we expect them to, so they are very good at kind of getting you out of your space. Um, Also, um, while I'm on the subject of this, and before I forget about it, I I read a little article which I think was not a great article, but I wanted to mention it because it made me think of our class and classes in general. So it was a class about mindfulness and meditation, and they were saying that they did some sort of study that people doing this actually felt spiritually superior to people who did not do it. And I'm not really sure how they did this sort of study and what this was about. And every now and then I read articles like this that feel like kind of a hit job against yoga and meditation. There'll be an article about how yoga is, um, so many people are doing yoga and so many people are getting injured doing yoga. Or, so many people are doing meditation, but then there's a lot of people who, feel uh, like they're spiritually superior to other people because they meditate. And the curious thing about all of these articles is that at their basis, they completely they misunderstand completely what the goal is, right? So clearly, if you are meditating, and one of the things you feel about your meditation is that makes you spiritually superior to people who don't meditate, you've you're clearly not spiritually superior. you you are actually completely on the wrong path, right? The same thing with yoga. If you're doing yoga and you're getting injured, you really aren't doing yoga. You are doing an exercise routine. Um, there is nothing about yoga that should injure you. If you are consistently injuring yourself, you need to ask, what am I doing wrong here? Um, why am I not listening to my body? Why am I having feelings about what other people are doing at all? Um, One of our basic beliefs in yoga and meditation is that we are on our own. We do not have the right or the inclination to pass judgment on other people and what they are doing. Um, all you can do is know what is in your heart. There's no way to know what other people are going through or what they need or where they are or what they're doing. Um, if you are using your practice to make yourself feel superior to others, um, you are you've completely jumped off the path. Um, that is not at all what yoga or meditation has ever been about and should ever be about. Um, and if you have ever had thoughts like that, I would say uh, investigate that, because that will tell you maybe a place where you need to work. You need to let go of your even your feelings about what other people might be doing compared to what you're doing. Now, I would say it's a different thought if you have the feeling that yoga and meditation have helped you, and you wish you could share that with other people or let them know what that has done to help you. Um, that is a very good impulse. That is not by any means feeling spiritually superior. It is an impulse to help, an impulse to share. Um, that's why I teach, right? Yoga has helped me so much in my own life that I can't bear the idea that there are so many people out there who've never heard of yoga and never experienced what they can get out of it. So um, that is a wonderful impulse. But we are all, struggling, and there is no any feeling of superiority that you might get. um, it dissipates pretty quickly as soon as you think about where we all are and how we are all in this, together. Um, we're all in different places at different times, and there's no comparison, and there's no and if we all, right, we're gonna all, and all of these things, when you get right back down to the one, how can anyone, how can anyone feel superior? How could anyone be superior when we are all one? Um, we are all together. So never fear. Doing yoga and meditation will not turn you into a raging egotist. If anything, it'll allow you to let go of that need to feel better than others or less than others. You'll realize how unimportant all of that has always been, but how it really is unimportant to you. All right. My nose is running now. Let's do some asana and keep going. These are my strange uh, bathing suit pants. Made of a weird material. I don't know. I really like the pattern though, but I'm not fond of the way the fabric feels. I keep thinking I'm just going to give them away, but and I keep putting them on. I don't know. Sit and breathe. Relax the shoulders. Drop your head down and then move around. One way and the other. Back to center, lean forward and move around. One way and the other. Back up to your seat. Bring the arms wide. Take a deep breath. And then on the exhale, we're coming together with the arms. Inhale wide. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Interlace the fingers. Lift the arms. Gaze up. And then bring them down. Inhale, lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Lift the arm, or lift the shoulders. Roll back. And forward. Right hand on left knee. Sit up tall, left arm behind you. Take a deep breath, and then twist. Back to center, switch sides. Inhale, twist. Back to center. Walk the hands out in front. Moving back up, hands behind, squeeze the shoulders together, gaze up. Tabletop. Let's sit back on the heels. Coming back up. Cat-cow. Inhale, lifting the head, dropping the belly, and then exhale, pressing down, draw the belly in, gazing down. Move with the breath. It doesn't have to be a big movement, right? Maybe things feel tight. And then back again, sitting on the heels. Bring the knees a little wider, maybe than you normally do. Or if you do usually do this with wide knees, bring them a little closer. So just trying something a little different. Moving back up. Tabletop, let's swing the right leg around. So we're up on that left knee. Bring arms up overhead. Maybe lean back a little. And then hands to center. Take a deep breath. Take a twist. Hook the elbow if you want, or stay more upright. Back to center. Right hand down by the foot. Left arm lifts. Let's bring the left hand down. So we're going to be out, maybe toward the edge of the mat. Right arm lifts. And then both hands down to the mat and kind of lean into this. Walk the hands back. So we're straightening that right leg. Maybe fold over. And then swing that leg around, back into child's pose. Moving back up. Let's swing the left leg around. Getting yourself set up here, hands overhead, maybe lean back. And then hands to center. Take a deep breath. Twisting, turning the shoulders. Back to center. Left hand down by the foot. Right arm lifts. And then right hand down. Let's Lift the left. Both hands down onto the mat, kind of walking out. And walk the hands back, straightening out that left leg. Then maybe fold over. Set your foot down. We're going to swing it around. So we're back in child's pose. Maybe stack the fists, rest the forehead. Moving back up, tabletop to downward dog. And walk the feet up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, arms high. And we're here, back to mountain. Breath in and breath out. And let's do a little balance. So standing tall, we'll start balancing on the left. Bring that right foot. You can just lift the foot. Right? That's maybe where we begin. Or if we're not feeling too stable, that's a good place to start. If you do feel good, maybe bringing that foot up somewhere on the leg, nice and upright, steady gaze. Hands at center to begin, getting that focus, center balance, and then see if you can do some extension. Maybe, maybe not. Notice what's happening with the standing leg. Sometimes we grip a lot with the toes. See if you can relax the toes and let that really flat part of the foot rest. Right? We think a lot of times that our toes give us extra gripping power, but what it actually does is loosen that connection with the bottom of the foot, right? Because your foot starts to come up a little. We don't want that. And then you can set it back down, switch to the right side again. Wherever you are is good. Having that knee rotated out to the side. Steady breath. See if you can relax the shoulders. Make sure you're not clenching the jaw or holding your breath. Finding a steadiness to the balance. And then just bring the foot back down. So we want to find some steadiness in the balance, even if it means you aren't doing as extravagant a pose as you might like. Some days it's not going to work well. Some days it's better to try for a lesser extension of the pose, but a better stability, right? You feel more stable. And that's what we really want, right? We don't want to be teetering on the edge of disaster when it comes, well, at all, but when it comes to balance, we definitely want to have a level of comfort with where we are. You can always try for more another day, but be comfortable where you are right now. So let's step out into Warrior 3. Hands together. Give yourself a little room in front. We're going to step out first with the left, shifting the weight into that left side, and then we're lifting. So hands could stay at center. You could lift, bring them out to the side if that helps. See what works today. You may have a slight bend in this standing leg, right? You don't want it to be locked. You want to be able to control your weight. When the knee's locked, it's stuck, right? We're not able to control what's happening. That when you have that slight bend, you have some ability to adjust as you need to. And then set the foot back down. Take a breath. Stepping out with the right. And then lifting. And if you need to sit down and try again, you can. Every time we do this, it's different. So you may discover you need to adjust a little. That's fine. And then set it back down. Back foot meets the front, arms up overhead. And back to mountain. Breath in and out. And let's come down to a seat on the mat. Soles of the feet together. Sitting up tall. And then folding forward. Hinging from the hips. Keeping that nice flat back. Back up, both legs out. Deep breath, fold forward. Back up. Bend that right knee, hug it in, and then lower out to the side. So we've got the right foot up against the left thigh. Take a deep breath. And then you can reach forward. You can also bring the arms up overhead and then reach forward. It doesn't really matter how you do it. Whichever one kind of helps you feel more extension, more openness is good. Coming back up. Let's switch the legs. Sitting up tall with that knee bent. And then lowering. Deep breath and fold. Moving back up. Both legs out in front. Take a deep breath and fold. And then we're back up. Bend the knees. Soles of the feet to the mat. Lowering. Get a comfortable space on the mat. And then bringing right ankle on top of left knee. Whatever version you take here. Maybe pressing the knee away or bringing that left thigh in close. Supine pigeon. Supine just means of the back, laying on, so it means, we're laying on the back. And you can see from looking at this, it is similar to pigeon that we do on the front. It's just a different way of doing it. This is you can have more control over how this works, right? When you're doing regular pigeon, it's your body weight on top of the leg, and it's a little easier. Well, I shouldn't say easier. It's harder to control how much stretch and how much you're putting into that, right? This is a lot easier to control how much you want to do. And then set the foot down. Leave that right foot on top of the knee. Goalpost arms or arms to a T, and then we're going to lower. Setting your gaze to the right helps keep the shoulders and upper body flat instead of wanting to twist along with the leg. And moving back up, let's switch the legs. Breathe. And then set the foot down. Keep that ankle and the knee, and lowering now to the right, gazing left. Back to center, and then set both feet on the ground. We're going to set up for supported bridge. Get your block if you got one. You've got to have one by now, right? Everybody. I hope if you didn't have one, I hope you got one for Christmas. They make a great gift. And then we've got heels back, close to the body, lifting up. Find a place where your block feels good and resting the body down. Whatever you want to do here, you can stay still or bring the legs in, knees in, extend the legs. You extend the legs long, right? Lots of options. This is really just a good time to explore what you need today. Then rising up, remove the block, soles of the feet together, knees apart. Steady here. Breathe. And then you can just move into Shavasana. If you just want to extend the legs out, you can. You could stay with the soles of the feet together. You could lift the legs up and then lower. Everybody has their favorite way to get into Shavasana. So um, if you don't, then maybe you should pick one and just rest. And then moving a little, fingers and toes, hands and feet. And then making your way up to a seat when you're ready. We can bring hands together, deep breath in and out. Thank you for taking some time today for yoga and for sharing it with me here. I hope you have a very good Wednesday. Namaste. Thank you. So we're going to move right into some meditation. So I wanted to mention, so there's a difference between Shavasana and meditation, right? So even though we do a lot of the same things in them, um, with Shavasana, our primary focus is on resting and releasing all that sort of tension in the body. So we want to make sure the body is in a position where we feel kind of very rested and relaxed. Um, and you want to get, so you feel like you can let go of any tension working in the body. And then, we do try to kind of keep that mind free of thoughts that would again draw you out of this physical sensation that you're having of rest. Um, with meditation, it's a little different. We're more focused on kind of focusing on that calm center. Again, releasing thoughts as they come, but trying to keep our focus um, in this space in our mind. So we're a little less concerned about the body, right? The body is just kind of um, a uh, a prop, let's say, for this consciousness that we are trying to get in touch with. Um, so we don't worry that much about the body, how it's feeling. It may not, meditation, and people do meditate for hours. Some people, not me. And you can understand that is not going to feel great on the body many times. You're going to have It's going to feel, you may have a leg that falls asleep. Different things happen in the body. So we're not so much concerned about comfort in the body. We are trying to keep that focus regardless, right, of the comfort level in the body. We're sort of, I guess, almost like teaching ourselves that we can, um, there is a consciousness and a focusedness beyond the body. So we're sort of um, superior, I don't know, superior. I don't know. We're overcoming the body, the little body aches or little issues you might have with the body. So um, it's okay to move around if you're really uncomfortable, right? But one of the gifts of meditation is this understanding that little aches and pains, little twinges in your body are just that, and you don't need to. They don't need to disturb you. You can just kind of let them be and keep that focus. Um, so again, kind of setting setting aside our body our body needs, right? And working on that mental thing. So just, having that ability to see the separation between the things. I don't know. They're very similar. I mean, and you may find in Shavasana that you feel like you're meditating, and you may be, and that's good. Um, but you might also not be. You might just be resting. You might fall asleep. That happens. Some people fall asleep in meditation. I believe that may have happened to me before. It's hard though, because again, if you're not sitting in a chair or something, and that's one of the reasons for sitting upright, is that you're less likely to fall asleep, right? Because some people, not me so much, but I know some people, as soon as they close their eyes, they're like asleep. They're ready to sleep. So it takes me a little more than that to get me to go to sleep most of the time. But Shavasana, I will often go to sleep in that. All right, so you're sitting up comfortably, relaxed, breathing. Find that focus within. Okay, there you go. 5 minutes of meditation. So, yeah, you can get a little timer. You can get one of these apps, or you just use a timer. Got like a timer on your phone, stopwatch or something. Um, Give yourself 5 minutes whenever you feel like you need it. It's um, it's very refreshing. I think I always feel very clear when I come out of meditation, and a lot of times, if you are having, it can be hard. Like if you're feeling upset or um, in some distress, um, it can be hard to get into a meditation, but meditation itself is very rejuvenating, very, it can give you a real jolt of energy, and it can really physically and mentally just really give you kind of a little extra support, a little extra juice, right? So if you're really flagging, um, sometimes I meditate. That sort of 4 o'clock. That mid time between day and the evening when you feel like I can't. I just can't. I can't get through the night. How am I going to get through the evening here? Um, it's a great time to just take a little bit and kind of recharge, and then you have some energy to get through the rest of the night. It's better than coffee, and it's good. It's good for your spiritual health. So give it a shot. Oh, you're welcome, Rachel. Okay, so enjoy your day. Um, One more. I got to get to the store. I don't know. I don't have anything for New Year's Eve. I got to think about it. I got caviar. That's it. What am I going to do with that? I don't even know. We'll see. All right. So class tomorrow, and see you then.